My question has to do with like reincarnation and why I chose the family that I did. So I guess the question is, why was the family that I chose the perfect choice for this incarnation?
Okay. So for Danelle, this family that she chose, what was the reason behind that? Was there karma with these people? Is that the reason she chose them? Okay. So was it karma with the mother? With the father? Karma with the father. Do you have siblings?
I do. And so partially, yes, I do. I
So
have
let's
one.
talk about that. So is it karma with the siblings? No, it's the father specifically. That's why you chose that family.
Okay, so he's gone. He passed. So there was definitely obviously unresolved because I never had a good relationship with him.
Yeah. So can you shed some light on what it was karmically that they needed to resolve in this lifetime? Well, tell us about the most recent lifetime they had together then. So how many lifetimes ago was that? Was it more than 5? More than 5. Okay. More than 10? So it's old. More than 15. No, less than 15. So 14, 13. So about 13 past lives ago. And were they father-daughter in that lifetime as well? No. Were they spouses? Yes. And were they the same genders that they are in this lifetime? Yes. So he was your husband in a past life, and he beat you. Did he kill her? Yeah. Okay. So it's deep. When there's a death involved, it's always deeper
Mm-hmm.
karma. So this was the opportunity for you to come together to resolve that karma for him to make amends for all the harm he did to you.
Well, he harmed me again in this life. He allowed beating in this life, but he didn't beat me. My stepmother beat me. He lived with a woman who he allowed that to happen. So how do you resolve that? And then now he's passed.
So what that means is you had to, because it's about you more than it is
Okay.
about him. But for you, it's working your way out of that, empowering yourself. That's always what it's about. Finding your power, escaping that victimization. So he failed. He didn't resolve his karma.
Okay.
Did you resolve yours? That's the question. And if you don't feel that you did, you can still work on that now so that you can cut those ties and not have to come together with him again.
Okay. Because I do kind of feel like I'd never considered myself a victim of what had happened. So maybe can you ask if I did resolve that or if there's still work that needs to be done?
Okay. So is the karma with her father from this lifetime resolved? No, it's still there. You can still feel it. There's these
Okay.
roiling emotions. And so now she has new karma with the stepmother, right? Yeah. So you have to resolve the karma with the stepmother. Now, that doesn't mean you have to be together with her again. It's about you resolving the feelings
Okay.
to release it, because that's a bigger picture if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's learning that when you're in a situation where you're victimized, it's because you were an energetic match. There was a lesson to be learned. So when you learn that lesson and you don't get in those situations anymore, great, you've learned the lesson. Then it's processing the feelings, right?
Okay.
So it's finding a way to release that. Forgive for yourself, not for them. Forgive yourself for getting into that situation, even though in your head you're saying, but I didn't choose it. No, you didn't consciously choose it. It's an energy thing. You attract it because that was the energy you had. And you need to learn that because it's going to serve you well as you go through this life. Does that make sense?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And I don't feel like it's their fault. I understand that, like, that's why I'm asking the question, because I know I chose it. Right. So, and I want to clear it. I think that's a big thing in this lifetime that I'm going through, is clearing a lot of stuff. Right.
Yeah.
So to clear that, is it kind of just, doing like a meditation where you say something for so many days, 21 days to like clear it?
It's whatever you feel is right for you. You can do
Okay.
any of those things.
Okay.
So what feels best to you, that would be the choice.
Okay.
But no, it might take a little time or it might happen really quickly. It just
Okay.
depends on how ready you are to release it. But here's how you can test it. if you start telling the story about what you went through and it triggers you, it's not cleared.
Okay.
If you can tell the story with no emotion, it's done.
Okay.
And I'll give you a little anecdote that'll help you with this. When I was 5 years old, I was molested by my grandfather. I thought I had dealt with that entirely. And then I had a tarot reading recently where it came up that there was this spirit who was trying to help me, and it was my grandfather. And I'm like, no way, I don't want that person anywhere near me. And oh boy, there's a clue. I still have something to resolve. So that's how we can tell. Are you triggered?
Okay.
So in that case, being triggered is a gift, because you can say, wow, I still need to work on that. Because, you know, we can stuff it down and think it's dealt with until it comes and bites you in the behind again.
Okay.
So for you, it's about, well, going into love, trying to send love to them, that they have a better time, you know, that they can overcome their old issues. And in the doing of that, understanding that, you know, they're broken people, they've got their issues too. And there's a reason that happened. Yeah. They need to learn and grow, but that's not your problem. It's understanding that allows you to separate from it, that it's not personal. It was their issue and they took it out on you.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that helps.
That's a lot to unpack. Does that help?
Yeah, well, it's just, you know, I'm really trying to do these clearings so like I can, you know, evolve and ascend and like just kind of like really be more open to light and not carry all this like heaviness around with me all the time. And so it's just really trying to figure out like how to work through that and then like what to do to clear it. But I do understand about, you know, kind of, you know, forgiving and letting go and not holding regret or grudges or things like that. You know, I try not to do that anyway in my life. So I guess I just have to figure out how I can, you know, clear it, because I don't want to carry it anymore.
Yeah. Well, at some point you might actually feel gratitude that it happened, because it gives you the opportunity to release all that old baggage. Mm-hmm. So that's where you're headed.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good way to look at it, just because it's allowing me to like understand it and it comes up. So now I'm aware of it. And because once you're aware of it, now you can work on clearing it.
Yeah.